Hello students, hello everyone. In this video I am going to discuss few more star pattern programs. Okay, two star pattern programs I have already discussed in my previous video. Please watch that video first, then come back to this video. The things will be more clear. Okay, there I have explained thoroughly. So I will take the reference of that video. So better watch that video first, then come back to this video. I will put the link of that video in the description of this video. Okay, so here we go with this some more star pattern programming, and this is the pattern programming which I am going to discuss in this video. See, printing 1 star in first row, 2 star in second row, printing 3 stars, 4 stars, and 5 stars in second, third, fourth, and fifth rows respectively. This pattern I have already discussed. What I want to say, I think the things are not clear. Let me show you. Printing 1 star, then 2 stars, then 3 stars, then 4 stars, then 5 stars. This pattern I've already discussed in that previous video. Okay. Here also you can see the same thing. In the first row we are printing 1, then second row 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing we are printing. But what is the difference? Only the difference is here that here before printing the stars we are printing the spaces. You can see spaces, then spaces, then spaces, then stars. So we are printing stars, spaces, then we are printing stars. This is the difference. Okay. So only the new thing is here what? Here we are not printing only stars, we are printing the spaces, then stars. Spaces, then stars. Okay. So see, if you go through this, in first row we are printing how many spaces? 4 spaces. If you go through that, 1 space for this, 1 space for this, 1 space for this, 1 space for this. So 4 stars we are printing, 4 spaces we are printing, sorry. 4 spaces we are printing, then 1 star. In this, we are printing 1, 2, 3 spaces, then 2 stars. Then here how many spaces? 2 spaces, then 3 stars. Here 1 space only, and here no space. In last row, we are not printing any space. So in first row, we are printing how many spaces? 4 spaces, then 3 spaces, 2 spaces. Number of spaces I am talking about, and 1 space, and at last we are printing 0 space. No space we are printing in the last. Okay. So number of spaces are here. Only the new thing is here what? Number of spaces. We are printing the spaces, then we are printing the stars. The pattern will be like this only, but only new thing will add here. We have to add one more inner loop. We have to add one more inner loop to print the spaces. So there may be many logics. I am not telling you only my logic is correct, but I am going to tell you the simplest logic that will be easy to understand and easy to implement anywhere. If we have the pattern in which we are going to print the spaces. Okay. So spaces. So see how many spaces are there in first row. As I told, there are 4 spaces in the first row. So here I have taken a variable s for the spaces, and that I am initializing with 4 because the first row of the pattern has 4 spaces. This is the logic which I have implemented here. You can see here the first row of the pattern has 4 spaces. So that's why I have initialized s with 4. If there is only one space in the first row, you will initialize this s with 1. Okay, as per the number of spaces in the first row, you will initialize this variable. Here I have taken as for the spaces. Okay, this I'm using the simplest logic. Okay, so going further, and then as I discussed in the previous video also, in pattern programming we use nested loop. What do we use? We use nested loop. Okay, and so outer loop, inner loop will be there. So outer loop is repeated as per the number of rows, as per the number of lines in the pattern. You can see here we have how many lines in the pattern? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Okay, so as per the number of lines, as per the number of rows in the pattern, the outer loop is repeated. So here I am repeating the loop, outer loop from 1 to 5. 1 to 5 means this loop will be repeated how many times? 5 times. Okay, because there are 5 lines in the pattern. Outer loop is repeated as per the number of rows or lines in the pattern. 1 to 5 or 5 to 1, anyhow 5 times it should be repeated. Now this loop is here to print the spaces. Okay, first time the value of s will be 4, so this loop will be repeated from 1 to s, and it will be repeated how many times? 4 times, and it will print 4 spaces. Okay, am I clear? The spelling of spaces is not clear, correct here. Sapek something written. Okay, now I think it's clear. Now it's clear. Now it's correct. Okay, so this loop will be repeated s time. The value of s is what? Initially the value of s is what? 4. So this loop will be repeated 4 times. So 4 spaces will be printed. Then s minus minus. Since the spaces are decreasing, in first row we have 4 spaces, then 3 space, then 2 space, then 1 space, then 0 space. Okay. So as per that, since the spaces are decreasing, after printing the first row spaces, we are decreasing the value of s for the next row, for the next line. Okay, spaces, number of spaces are decreasing line by line. Okay. So coming to the next, and this loop is here. This loop is here to print the stars. This logic I have already discussed. We are going up to I. We are starting from 1 and we are going up to I. This logic I have already discussed in previous video. So this is the same logic which we have implemented already. Only the new thing is here to print the spaces. Okay. So I am going to trace this pattern. This C. The value of I is what? 1. The condition is true. Control will go inside the loop. And now this value s is equal to 4. Already we have initialized s equal to 4. So this loop will be repeated from 1 to s, means 1 to 4. So 1 to 4, what we have? Just a minute. 1 to 4 means 4 times, means 4 spaces will be printed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, after printing 4 spaces, cursor will stay here in the same line. Since we have written print, here we have written print, so line will not be changed. After printing 4 space, cursor will stay here only in the same line. Okay, then after printing 4 spaces, control will go outside this loop, will reach here, s minus minus, the value of s will be 3 for the next line. S is for spaces here. Now the value of I is what? 1. So this loop is here to print the stars. So it will go from 1 to I, means 1 to 1. Only once this loop will be repeated. So 1 to 1 means how many times? 1 time means this loop will print only 1 star in this line. Okay. So this loop will be repeated only once. So after repeating once, after printing 1 star, control will go outside the loop and will reach here. And in this line is here to change the line only. Nothing will be printed, only println will change the line, means cursor will move to the next line. Cursor will move to the next line. And now this is the closing of outer loop. This will go for here I plus plus, I will be what? 2. Condition true, control will go inside the loop. This is called tracing. What I am doing is called tracing. 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 You know how the loop works. Okay. So as per that, you can also trace your code. Your code is producing correct output or not. Just write the values and go like this. So you can also, after writing the code, you can check your answer is correct or not. The proper output is printing or not. What I am doing, this is called tracing. So trace your program after writing. 2 things are there. You can think and write, or write then think. Okay. So 2 methods are there. After writing, you can check your program. If it is not printing the correct output, you can find your mistakes. What mistakes are you doing? Okay. So I plus plus, I will be what now? I will be what now? 2. Okay. Condition 2, control will go inside the loop. Now the value of s, you can see it is what now? The value of s is 3. We have decreased. So s equal to 3. So this loop will be repeated 1 to s, means 1 to 3 means 3 times, and 3 spaces will be printed in the same line. After printing 3 spaces, cursor will stay here. You can see I am putting the pointer. Okay. Then s minus minus, s will be what now? 2. Now control will go for this loop. Here we are printing from 1 to I. So what is the value of I now? It is 2. So 1 to 2 means 2 times this loop will be repeated and 2 stars will be printed. Okay. Then after printing 2 stars, control will go outside the loop and will reach here. And this println will change the line and cursor will move to the next line. And from here I plus plus, I will be what? 3. and condition true, control will go inside the loop. J will go from 1 to S. S is what? 2, so 2 times 2 spaces. Then cursor will stay here. S minus minus S will be 1. Now this loop will be repeated how many times? I times 1 to I. I is what? 3 this time. So 1, 2, 3. 3 stars will be printed. 1, 2, 3. Then control will go outside the loop. Line will be changed. Cursor will move to the next line. Little bit faster I'm explaining. I think the things are clear. I plus plus. I will be 4. Condition true. Control will go inside the loop. Now the loop will be repeated from 1 to what? 1 to 4. I think the things are clear. Okay. So I will be loop will be repeated. The value of S is what now? 1. 3 stars we have printed. Now I equal to 4. Okay. So I is 1. Here S is 1. S is 1. So the loop will be repeated from 1 to 1, means 1 time only. So only 1 space. And then cursor will go outside the loop. S minus minus S will become 0. And then this loop will be repeated from 1 to I. You can see the value of I is what? 4. So 1 to 4 means 4 stars will be printed. 1, 2, 3, 4. This loop will be repeated from 1 to 4. So 4 stars will be printed. Then control will go outside the loop. This println will change the line. Then I plus plus, I will be what? 5. This condition is true. This last condition is true. Control will go inside the loop. Now the value of S is what? 0. This loop will not be repeated for single time. Means J is 1. 1 is less than 0, condition false. Loop will not be repeated. No space will be printed. This loop will not be repeated. So control will go outside the loop without printing any space. Then S minus minus S will be what? Minus 1. So no use of this. Now here the loop will be repeated from 1 to I. The value of I is what? 5. So 1 to 5. 5 times means 5 stars will be printed like this. So I hope the things are clear. Okay. So this is one of the pattern. Now the next pattern is, if the things are clear, please you can tell me through the comment if any problem you are facing in my explanation or in my video. Please let me know through the comments. If it is clear, just tell me that the things are clear, we are getting the point. Please tell me that also. I need that feedback. Okay, now see this pattern. Here also the same thing. I have already discussed this one pattern. So this pattern, 5 spaces, 5 stars, then 4 stars, then 3 stars, then 2 stars and 1 star. This pattern I have already discussed in my previous video. So you can see the same thing is here too. So only one difference. The difference is what? Only difference is what? Here we are printing. Here we are printing 0 spaces. Here we are printing 1 space. Here we are printing 2 spaces. Here we are printing 3 spaces. And here we are printing 4 spaces. Here also the same thing. The pattern is same as I have discussed before. Only the difference is what? Printing spaces. Okay. So same thing. How many spaces are there in first row? Here we have 0 space. Here 1 space. Here 2 spaces, 3 spaces and 4 spaces. So this time in first row we have 0 spaces. So that's why I have started the value of S with 0 and I am increasing the value of S. Instead of writing S minus minus, here I have written S plus plus, because line by line the spaces are increasing. Okay. So in the first row, how many spaces are there? There are 0 space. So we are starting from 0 and we are going up to 1 to S, and after printing the spaces for the one row, we are increasing the value of S. Only this is the difference. Okay. This loop is same as previous program loop. 1 to S. This loop will be same. Don't change this loop. Only you will change this and this. If you are going to print spaces in the pattern, please learn this common logic. You can use everywhere where you are going to print spaces, then something. Okay. For initialize this variable as per the number of spaces in the first row, and after printing spaces for a row, increase or decrease. check whether spaces are increasing or decreasing. This is the common logic I'm telling you. Okay, and this 5 to 1, why this 5 to 1? Because see, this I have already discussed in that previous video. I'm telling you, please watch that video. Again, I'm telling you in brief. Here I is what 5. Since in first row we want to print how many stars? In first row we want to print 5 stars. So that's why the value of I have started from 5. That's why I started the value of I from 5. So this loop will be repeated from 1 to I, means 1 to 5. First time 5 stars will be printed. Next time I minus minus I will be 4. So 1 to 4. 4 times 4 stars will be printed. That's why I have set the value of I from 5 to 1. Okay. Please watch that video. In that video I have discussed in detail about this. So I'm stressing it little bit, not completely. S equal to 0. Repeating same thing again and again you'll feel bored. So better to explain in short. See, S equal to 0, I will start from 5. Condition true, control will go inside the loop. This loop will be repeated how many times? S time. S is what? 0. So 0 time, no space will be printed. Cursor will remain the same line. Then S plus plus, S plus plus. For the next row, number of spaces is 1. Now this loop will be repeated I times. I is what? 5. So 5 times. If think about this, if you're starting the value of I from 1, it will go from 1 to 1. So only 1 star will be printed. Since here we are going to print 5 stars, that's why I have started the value of I from 5. So 1 to 5 means 5 stars, 5 times this loop will be printed and will print 5 stars. Okay. So this loop will be repeated from 1 to I, means 1 to 5, 5 times, and 5 stars will be printed because of this. Okay. After printing 5 stars, here line will be changed. Then I minus minus, I will be what? From here, control will go for the outer loop. I minus minus, I will be what? 4. And this loop will be repeated from 1 to S. S is what? 1. So 1 to 1 means only one time, one star space will be printed. And then S plus plus, S will be 2. Now this 1 to I is what this time? 4. So 1 to 4, 4 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on like this, the things will be printed. I hope the things are clear. Okay. So here the only new thing is what? S equal to 0, because the first row has 0 spaces. And since line by line, the row by row, the spaces are increasing. So S plus plus. And this I we have set from 5 to 1 because first time we need to print 5 stars. So 1 to I means 1 to 5 should be printed first time. Next time 1 to 4. That's why decrement order. Okay. So this is about this pattern. Okay, now see this pattern. This is also very easy pattern, I'm telling you. It's looking difficult, but there may be many logic students. But here I'm telling you the simplest logic. Okay, simplest logic I'm telling you. Just think about this. See, here also we are printing 4 spaces, then star, 3 spaces, 4 spaces. Okay, here 3, here 2, here 1, and here 0 spaces. The concept of a space is same. Okay. Now in first row we are printing 1 star, then 3 star, then 5 star, then 7 stars, then 9 stars. Stars are increasing by 2 in each row. Okay, this is the logic. So there may be many logic, but here I am telling you the simplest logic. S equal to 4, the concept of space, same loop, same thing, 4 spaces. So we have started from 4, and this loop will repeat from 1 to S. The same loop I have discussed here, written here, you can see. 1 to S, and since the spaces are decreasing, so S minus 1. This concept you can use everywhere where you need to print spaces before printing number or star in pattern programming. Okay. Now see this loop. This loop is here to print the stars, and here we are printing 1 to I. Again, same thing. Increment you can see here, the increment is what? From 1 to in first row, how many stars? 1 star. Then 1 star, then 3 stars, 5 stars, 7 stars, and 9 stars. There are increment of 2 in the stars. Okay. So I have increased, here I am increasing the value of I from 2. I am not making I plus plus, I have written here I equal to I plus 2. Please don't write only I plus 2. Writing only I plus 2 is incorrect. Do you know the meaning of I plus plus? What is the meaning of I plus plus? The meaning of I plus plus is what? I equal to I plus 1. 1 will be added into I and that will be stored into I itself. That's why the value of I will be changed. So I plus plus is equivalent to this. I equal to I plus 1. So if you want increment of 2, writing I plus 2 will not be enough. You have to write I equal to I plus 2. Only then 2 will be added to I and will be stored into I itself. So the value of I will be changed. It will increase by 2. So I equal to I plus 1. I equal to I plus 2. Okay. So, and here I have written 9. Why 9 here? Okay. That I will discuss afterwards. Sorry, not 9. You can see how many spaces? 1 space, 3 space, 5 space, 7 space, and 9 spaces. So that's why I'm going up to 9. Because we need to print 9 stars. Cross and logic change one. So 9 stars we are printing. So that's why I'm using the value of I. I am using for printing the stars. So first time the value of I will be 1. I'm going to trace it. You can think about any other logic, but here I am telling you the simplest one. I equal to 1. Condition true. Control will go inside the loop. Now this loop will print the spaces. How many spaces? The value of s is what first time? 4. 4 spaces will be printed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then s minus minus s will be 3. Then this loop will repeat from 1 to I. The next pattern has come. Okay. This loop will print 1 to I. The value of I is 1. So 1 to 1 means 1 star only. Okay. Then line change, cursor will move from here to I equal to I plus 2. Now the value of I will increase by 2 means it will become 3. Condition true. Control will go inside the loop. This loop will repeat from 1 to s. What is the value of s? 3. The 1 to 3 means 3 spaces. And then cursor will stay here. S minus minus s will be 2 for the next row. Now I plus I is what this time? 3. We are doing the increment of 2. So 1, 2, I means 1, 2, 3. 3 stars will be printed. 1, 2, and 3. Then line will be changed and cursor will move I plus plus. I equal to I plus 2 means I will be what now? 5. Condition true. Control will go inside the loop. 1 to s. S is what? 2. So 2 spaces. Cursor will stay here only. S minus minus s will become 1. Then again 1 to I. 1 to I will be what? So I is what this time? 5. I is what? 5. So 1 to 5 means 5 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then line will be changed. Cursor will move to here. So control will move to here. I plus means I will be 7. Condition true. Control will go inside the loop. 1 to s. S is what? 1. So 1 to s means 1 only. So 1 space will be printed. Then s minus minus s will become 0. Now this loop will print, will repeat it. 1 to I times. I is what this time? 7. So 1 to I means 7 times. 1 to 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The line will be changed because of this. Then I equal to I plus 2. I will be 9. Condition true. Since we are going up to 9s, that's why I have written I is less than or equal to 9. Okay. Then j equal to 1. 1 to s. S is what? 0. So j is 1. 1 is less than 0. Condition false. Loop will not be repeated. Then control will go outside the loop. No space will be printed this time. S minus minus s will become minus 1. Now this loop will start from 1 to I, means 1 to 9. So 9 stars, no spaces, 9 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't think about how bad stars I am making. I cannot make better than this. So please imagine these are stars. Okay. Then I plus 2, I will be 11. This condition will be false. Control will go outside the loop. So things are clear. I have explained my easiest logic. If the things are clear, please let me know. If the things are not clear, that also let me know through the comment section. Now see this pattern. Same thing. Only the difference is what? In first row we are printing how many? 9. 9 stars. And 7 stars, 5 stars, 3 stars, 1 star. And the concept of space is here also. So how many stars? And spaces? 0 space, 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space. S equal to 0. Everything is same. And here we are increasing. So here we are decreasing the value of Here we are decreasing 9, then decrement of 2 is there, 9, 7, 5, 3, 1. So I have started from 9, we are going up to 1 plus star I equal to I minus 2. And rest is same. Printing spaces, since line by line the spaces are increasing, so s plus plus 1 to I, first time the value 5 will be 9, 1 to 9, 9 stars. I think clear. I'm not going to explain this. Same thing, same logics are there. Common patterns I'm telling. Okay. For this video, this much only. I think the things are clear. And if any doubt, you can ask through comment section. Please ask. And if my explanation is clear to you, okay, so let me know that also. Please tell me through comment section how my explanation is, the way of explanation, the way of teaching. How is this? Please let me know that also. That will give me, what can you say? It will be like appreciation for me, and I will make new videos with more enthusiasm. Okay. So better, if possible, appreciate. If possible, suggest. Or if have any doubt, ask. Okay. So thank you for this video, watching this video. For this video, this much only. Bye. Bye to all.